You're watching EDFL Web TV from the Sporting Globe at 690 Mount Alexander Road in Moonee Ponds. It's time to look ahead to round 10. So Adam, let's jump straight into it. In Strathmore Community Bank Premier Division, we have some crucial 8-point games, and the big one is Keilor versus Airport West. This was the match where Keilor announced themselves in round 1 as contenders. Can they perhaps replenish and refresh their season and do it again?
They certainly can, Tayo. But yeah, this is a real interesting game, this one. Obviously, two clubs that are pretty desperate for a win, obviously, and this is a sort of game that both really should be penciling in as W's, but only one can win, Tayo. That's what happens in these games of footy, obviously, and it's going to be an absolutely crucial one. Keilor need to show that they've still got it, I think, at the moment. They've just been faltering a little bit, and obviously Airport West have just, I suppose, not been up to it compared to what we were expecting in pre-season. So this game is absolutely massive, and I don't know if I can pick a winner for that one. Maybe Airport West, but not with any real confidence.
How about Northern Saints versus Pascoe Vale then? This is Northern Saints' last chance to drag Pascoe Vale back into potential relegation mix, because Pascoe Vale may have a bad percentage, but if they get to a 4th win, I suspect that's just a little bit too far out of reach for Essendon Doodle Stars and Northern Saints on just the 1 win apiece. So can they do it? Can they drag Pascoe Vale back into the drop zone?
If you're going to beat the Northern Saints, you've got to kick a lot of goals, and we know that the Saints obviously have been quite leaky in defence recently, but yeah, this is a real tough game. I think it's at the Northern Saints this time around. They got done in round 1. Did the Saints at Paco, so this game is absolutely massive, obviously, for obvious reasons. The Northern Saints, though, they'll be really desperate to bounce back. I'm sure they'll shore things up inside defensive 50 come this weekend. Don't know if Paco necessarily have the firepower that can expose the Northern Saints, a bit like how Essendon Doodle Stars did last week, but again, another really close game, but perhaps Paco does win this one in a tight one.
Let's move on to Essendon Ford Division 1, because Westmeadows and Taylors Lakes, they're playing in what is essentially the battle for 3rd. Before we hear from the Westmeadows coach Dave Connell, Adam, who do you like and why?
I like Taylors Lakes, and the reason why is because theoretically they should be winning this game. Obviously they're a much better team on paper, but Westmeadows are in that situation now where they've really got to start winning and start showing some good signs against the better teams in Division 1. Taylors Lakes, they're a bit like that as well at the moment, so obviously not quite up there with the top 2, and against the bottom sides, they don't win these games as comfortably as they perhaps should. So could they come out and make a statement? Yeah, possibly, but could Westmeadows obviously make a statement of their own and really take a scalp? That's also possible. So another 50-50 game, but Taylors Lakes should get up in that one.
Westmeadows coach Dave Connell joined us on EDFL Preview last weekend, and he spoke about 2 arrivals during the clearance window, Aaron Ramsey and Luke Wilson.
I spoke to Willow in the pre-season, obviously before the season started, and we made a bit of a move at trying to get Luke down to the club then. Obviously Aaron is he's an ex-Westmeadows junior back from, I haven't been at the club now for probably 10 or 11 years, but we sort of had touch base with him as well. And that they'd obviously both committed at that stage up the bush. So, yeah, look, would have been right time, right place. Some stuff went down in Rochester that didn't work out. And there was an opportunity for the boys to jump on board with us. And Luke's actually just bought a house in Westmeadows, and there's obviously a family connection with Aaron and his family are in Westmeadows as well. So it was just, yeah, one of those things, right time, right place type of thing.
Dave Connell there, and as you saw on your screen, if you click the link, you can go through and listen to the full conversation that we had with him on EDFL Preview. There's one other game in Essendon Ford Division 1 we need to speak about, Adam, and that is the crucial match between Craigieburn and Hadfield. This might be Craigieburn's last chance to drag Hadfield back into the relegation mix in Division 1. Can they find a way, the Eagles, to get their 2nd win of the season?
Yeah, they're going to have to, Tail. It's do or die now for Craigieburn. If they drop this one, they're probably almost shot. They're going to have to rely on a pretty poor second half of the season for Oak Park probably to stay up. So, yeah, this game is absolutely massive. Hadfield, when they're going, they can play some really good footy, Hadfield, but as we saw on that Queen's birthday weekend, they can struggle as well at times against the bottom teams in this division. So another crucial game. If Hadfield can put the 4 quarters together, they should win. And yeah, but it's going to be desperate for Craigieburn, and Hadfield just need to play some consistent footy.
And in Division 2, Jacana taking on East Keilor. The Jaguars are trying to surprise the EDFL and make the finals. We caught up with Matt Sacco, the Jacana coach, on EDFL Preview and asked him about how those plans are going.
We're just sort of taking it week by week and trying to keep the boys composed as they can be. Look, I'll put it to them that, we have to play our best football and, be competitive and just get a consistent spread of boys on the track and throughout Saturday game day. And we'll see what happens once, that end of the year comes. To be sitting, 4 and 5 after 9 rounds, the club hasn't been there, I don't think for the last probably 8 to 9 years. And, it was a bit of a downer and it was, it'd been going for the boys for so long. But, they've got back on the winners list and, the camaraderie of the playing group and off-field as well. The momentum we got, we just, hopefully can push along and get a couple of more wins on the board and, just be a bit consistent. We're just working on consistency so far. There's just too much of a gap in between. But, from where we were to where we are now, mate, I'm a life member down the club and I love the club and it's just great to see that, we're back to where we were 8 or 9 years ago, which is playing some good footy and doing the right things on and off the track.
Jacana coach Matt Sacco there, and like the other interview, if you click the links on your screen, you can go back and listen to the full conversation from EDFL Preview. So, Adam, can Jacana do it? Can they beat a team above them and get 4 priceless points in that battle for 4th spot in Division 2?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a very tough ask against a team of the quality of East Keilor, but what's really important for Jacana now, obviously, they're now going to be expected to beat the teams below them. They've proven that they can be good enough, but the fact that there's still obviously that question mark on how consistent Moonee Valley and Keilor Park are, then Jacana's obviously really fancying themselves as a sneaky chance of sneaking into the top 4. So this game, it's all about being competitive, I reckon. They're not good enough to beat your East Keilors and your Roxburgh Parks right now, but if they can stay competitive, they can keep the game close, not get blown out like they have been in the past, and that's certainly going to be very important and a big confidence booster in some of those big games to come later on in the year that could shape just how the bottom half of that top 4 does shape up.
On your screen right now, you're seeing the EDFL commentary van. League sponsor Matt Wilson, M&A Wilson Science, came out to the offices and EDFLified it for us during the week, and it looks an absolute treat. Don't forget, visit our social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also the EDFL YouTube channel. There is plenty to watch. And on match day, make sure you tweet in at EDFL Footy from wherever you're listening in to the Northwest FM coverage, which is streaming as well on the EDFL team app. Adam, our match for broadcast, Aberfeldy versus Greenvale. Give us your tip and maybe just a brief thought on who's going to win and why.
Greenvale, Teo, but it's a really tough one to pick, obviously. Aberfeldy have been faltering a little bit. They're going to want to defend home turf. They're going to be up and about, obviously. They've probably had to kick up the backside that they probably need after some strange losses in recent weeks. Greenvale starting to come good with their guns back in the side. So I reckon the Jets win. They're just a little bit more desperate for the 4 points in Aberfeldy right now.
Make sure you support our sponsor, the Sporting Globe, 690 Mount Alexander Road in Moonee Ponds. He's Adem Saricaoglu. I'm Teo Pellizzeri. Until next time on the EDFL YouTube channel, this is EDFL Web TV. Enjoy your weekend and goodbye.